Hey everyone, this is Five. We're checking out Velocity Noodle. This is a game I have played before, not too long ago actually, but the developer asked me to give it another try here. I'm not sure how much has changed. What I heard, maybe not too much, but we'll see. We're in the main menu here, so this time I've got a Steam build. There's not a page description I'm going to go through. I did play this recently, so if you want to check out that video, you can do that, but we're going to jump right into this. I think we got level select, talk, options. Alright, if I select talk, it just said fine. I do it again, we're getting a different message here. Another day, another delivery, you ready? Yeah. Alright, services keys will be as fast as you can. Fine. Alright, so I think there's a little bit of bug there. I had some buggy menus and stuff in the previous build, but probably has been worked on since then. This actually looks completely different. It's level select menu, so that's interesting. I can't move the cursor around or anything. I'm a little, curious about the bottom right of the little window here. We've got these arrow buttons that are kind of bouncing, which kind of suggests that I can, press left or right, or maybe press the R or L keys or something. It's like, oh, that's kind of weird. I didn't mean to select talk. I don't know how to cut back to the talk option there, but yeah, I'm not really sure why those arrows are there. I guess it's like if there were more levels unlocked, maybe that would work. It's just, I don't know, something about the way it's bouncing. It makes me think I can do something, but I can't actually do it in the menu here. So I don't know. Maybe that's fine. It's kind of interesting. I guess this is supposed to look like a tablet or something. Sort of, I guess a little weird in my opinion how it's kind of sitting on the left of the screen and the right side of the screen is just kind of left there with the logo is kind of partially visible. I don't know. It's sort of a strange use of screen space here. But it looks like if I press the Xbox B button, it switches into like, oh, it's toggle hard levels. Okay, so again we've got the controls on the screen here for the keyboard. It'd be nice to have some gamepad things there, but all in due time. I'm sure this stuff will be worked out. I guess we're going back here. Alright, we got some music. Alright, we got some jumping sounds that weren't there before. Alright, everything's a bit loud right now in my opinion. I'm actually going to turn this down a bit for myself here. Hopefully it's not too loud in the capture, but yeah, sound effects are a bit loud. We still got the kind of a lot of inertia on the running, which I don't really care for, but there's a little dash. And again, you stop dashing if you turn around. So that seems weird to me because as long as you just mash the button again, you can turn around fine. There's some new visuals on the dash animation here. I remember seeing some screenshots that the developer shared of that. I don't think there were jumping sound effects before. Right, now. So, okay, there's this again. I think, I believe that this big thumbs up thing is new, and this end screen looks different and everything, but, I'm still not sure that this it seems like there's some effort being made here to make this stand out more, but I'm still not sure it does as much as it ought to. Like, I would make this, put like a glowing highlight or something on around the mailbox there, because I think even though this obviously kind of stands out more than it did, it still kind of blends into the environment quite a bit, so it just kind of like looks like anything else in the environment does. So I would make a little effort to make this stand out in a way that it's like, that's the most important thing in the game basically, is to find this exit, right? So I would really put a little more effort in making that stand out. You've got your chopsticks down here. Because this is animated, that makes that stand out a lot more. It's kind of a little bit flashy, so even though it's not like bright colors or anything, at least it's moving around a lot. So maybe there's just some kind of animation that you can work in here that'll make this stand out. You could do it on the sign, I guess, but yeah, I don't know, maybe just some flashing outline or something around here would be nice. I guess we went to the next level. That's not really what I intended to do, but that's okay. This doesn't really look like a wall to me. This looks like a background. It's not a big deal, but so yeah, I think I was trying to So before, I remember I noticed that the wall jumping would only work if you're going downwards. I can't tell if that's technically still the case, but if you do it too early, you do a double jump instead of wall jumping. So that's kind of... that's either it's still waiting for you to fall before it'll do the wall jump, or the double jump is like stealing in the priority of that somehow. Either way, I would suggest fixing that. I think if you're especially because you can kind of climb the wall here just fine, so there's not really a reason I think that you would need to double jump. Like in this case, if I do a wall jump here, I can still get on top of this, so it's not like I need to have the double jump for this kind of thing. So yeah, I would just make it so anytime you're against the wall and you're pressing in that direction, that you can do a wall jump. I think that would help a lot. So the behavior of the wall jump. I think it does feel a lot more consistent. Oh, I'm dropping some frames here and there. I think we're still in borderless windowed mode. It'd be nice again to have exclusive full screen option in the options there. I didn't see that before, but yeah, it does feel a lot more consistent. Oh gosh, it's getting really choppy again. That's too bad. Which also kind of interesting because it wasn't choppy earlier. So I'm wondering if there might be, you know, it's always scary if you get like a memory leak or something. Makes things get worse over time here, but yeah, so this feels a lot more consistent than it did, so that's good, but it's not like wait a minute. All right, yeah, I mean it's a lot better. I mean, I could give some kind of opinion like, is this the absolute perfect way to do it? I don't know, but it's definitely a lot better, so I think that's pretty good, and I think it's still faster than, like, is it faster than dashing, or is it just like the same speed at this point? Maybe it's about the same speed. Pretty close, yeah. So yeah, that seems a lot better than it did. We got some visuals here. So it looks like it's telling us how to dash, or dash jump. We got a double jump, which wasn't explained here. This looks like we need the double jump to get over this. So I guess if you're endeavoring to teach the player, I guess maybe you would involve that. I don't know if the last level had any double jumping. I don't remember at this point. So that's the question thing. Oh, okay, that's restart. Alright. Right. Yeah, so we've still got this thing where it's like press one button to continue, press another button for level select. I'd rather there were like selectable options. For one thing, I don't know which buttons these correspond to on the gamepad, but I think it's just nicer if you can just press up or down and just use like the A button or whatever on the gamepad to select the thing you want. It just feels better in my opinion. It's more intuitive. So here we've got the sliding thing, which is still on the diagonal. Oh, I can get up here. Okay, there's a little secret. So it'd be nice. I'm hoping the developer will consider adding like a button to activate this for using gamepad, because it's still kind of awkward to do this with a thumbstick, but still doable. Sometimes you do it kind of slow, I guess, because you're not dashing, right? You can dash while you're doing it. So these we can go through so we don't bump our head. That's nice. Tried to slide through here, but I guess I hit the wall first. Again, it's a little funny to get the right angle on the thumbstick to get that to work. Alright. We're doing some wall jumping here, it looks like. Oh my gosh, very choppy here. Alright, we got this pause going on here. I was told that was maybe not... Oh, alright. Escape key on the keyboard just brings you back to level select. So that's not what I expected. So I would definitely suggest making that the pause button. Maybe that's planned for the future or whatever, but yeah, that's a little unexpected. But what else was I gonna say? Alright, the choppiness is gone for some reason, so that's weird. That might be... Again, there might be some kind of leak or something that's going on there that's causing me to drop frames. But... Oh, right, I was gonna say, so when the level starts, you have like this giant kind of sign on the screen that says like, get ready, go. But it kind of sticks around for like a few seconds after it says go, and it's like sort of covering up a lot of the screen. I think for a game that's kind of centered around going as fast as possible, it's kind of annoying to have this big thing over the screen for that long. So I would suggest, you know, just making that get out of the way nice and quickly. I think that would be a nice change. Alright, so again with this... Kind of experimenting here a little bit. Yeah, so I think there's still the same problem where the game expects you to be falling before it'll trigger the double jump. I mean the wall jump, sorry. So something that's pretty easy to fix, so I think that'd be worth it, and then you can avoid these situations where if you're trying to do it too quickly, it just kind of seems to sort of eat the input. I'm not sure if... There might be some things you could do to kind of make it so that it's a little more forgiving in terms of... You know, when you try and do it really fast, you might get like very slight misinputs that aren't quite right. I don't know. I mean, that's... What the heck is going on? What the heck? I wonder why I was doing that. Apparently I can get it to trigger like double jumps instead of the wall jumps sometimes, which is what you saw a minute ago here. I'm dropping some frames again, I guess. It definitely starts to seem like if I just leave the level running for too long, it starts getting real choppy. That's probably not such a good thing. Oh gosh, it's really hard to play with this sort of slideshow. Alright, I got hurt by that. I'm trying to jump up here. It looks like you can do something up there. I can't get it to double jump after the wall jump. Wait. Oh, okay, so that's actually a little unexpected. So if you double jump and then do a wall jump, you don't get another double jump after the wall jump. So I kind of thought that you would. That might be something you'd consider. I think the way it is now, it's like the game expects you to land on the ground again before you get your double jump back, which is, I mean, that's not wrong or anything, but I think it would feel nice if you could, like, run and then jump and then double jump and then wall jump and then you get another double jump after that. So for instance, like with this little thing, I'm pretty sure you can get up there, but it would feel nicer if I could, like, double jump up there, do the wall jump, and then get another double jump and then go up there. Yeah, because it feels like I can kind of jump high enough to get up there, but it's like it's so... Yeah, like, you could tell that it's possible to get past that thing, but it would definitely feel better if I could get that extra double jump there. I don't know if there's something back here. Yeah, okay. Now, do we still have the ridiculous... Yeah, we still have that nasty kill plane. It's not a kill plane, it's like a collider or something, I guess. It's over there, so... yeah, I would definitely suggest getting rid of some of these stuff. Like, you don't need this big, like, collider here that just kills the player. You can just put it, you know, down below the level here or something, and then if they fall down there, that would be a lot more sensible. Yeah, so for instance, like, it seems like you can dash in the air, and you get another air dash after you, like, do a wall jump or whatever, so it kind of makes sense that you can get another double jump as well. Alright, this is animated a little bit, but it's not as dramatic as I would suggest. Alright, Z button, whatever that is. This is where we do the sword throw. Now the thing is, we can do this whole part without actually doing the sword at all. It's completely unnecessary. It doesn't become necessary until we get here, at which point... Like, if the player didn't get the point of, or didn't get the message that they wanted you to use the Z button here, or whatever button that is, to get past these, and they might get a little confused when they can't get past that part. So yeah, I mean, it's probably, most people are probably going to figure this out, but I think it could be a little better. I mean, again, this little bouncing button icon is maybe not the most visible, but you know, it's really kind of nitpicky at this point. I've already done all this, so it's like, oh, I managed to trigger this more than once. Okay. Oh, hello. Oh, we still bounce off these. So that was something that bothered me before. Like, I don't think you should bounce like that. It just feels really annoying. I mean, first of all, you take damage, but then it's like you're kind of stuck in there, getting bounced around. It doesn't feel very good. Yeah, so we can hit our head on those. Oops, that wasn't quite what I meant to do. Again, I don't really need these. I'm not sure if it's faster to use the sword at this part. Oops. Oh, he made it. Okay, so that's nice. He apparently made the sword home in a little bit on the things. Wait a second, I just noticed something a little strange. Okay, I don't think that's intended, so you can see how I throw it and then it kind of flies way behind me and then flies back to me. And I can't throw the sword again in all this time because I'm waiting for it to come back. So if I throw it and then jump, you can see it kind of chases me upwards. But if I jump and then throw it, oh, that time it did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a bug. Yeah, apparently he added a little bit of horizontal homing here. It's not super strong. It looks like. Oh wait. Okay, so there's actually a little target icon that shows up. That's interesting. I guess it's kind of helpful. Yeah, you still have to aim a little bit, but it's a little more forgiving than before. So that's nice. That's a nice touch. Oh, chopsticks are here. What is this, by the way? It's an odd thing. Oh, this is a little funky. The collision here doesn't quite make sense to me. Oh, what the heck? Yeah, that was weird. Again, one of those like weird kill boxes. Let's call it that. So yeah, I would say it definitely feels a lot better without having to aim so much. I'm not sure if you should like kind of increase the horizontal range at which that locks on or not, but it might be worth considering. But it seems pretty good the way it is. Wow, okay. Just didn't know what was down there when I jumped. So I notice it's easy to kind of let off the stick too early here, so we don't get the wall jump effect. I almost wonder if like you might want to just like check for even if I'm not like pressing the direction to the left here, maybe if my what do we call it? The horizontal velocity, I suppose. Like running into this was high enough, like before I hit the wall, that maybe it would kind of there'd be like a brief moment when it would count as, it would go into a state where I could do a wall jump after that. I'm sure there's just different things you can do to kind of make this so that there's less likelihood for, slight misinputs that result in the wall jump not working here. But, right, that was kind of weird. Okay, sometimes I'm just gonna let that kill me. Wait a minute. Oh. So when I try and turn around in midair, there's a little bit of a delay. I think the game is waiting for your horizontal velocity to change direction here. So like, of course there's a bit of a moment where it's like I have to slow down in that direction before I think it turns around. So the result is when I try and do these like quick things where I'm like jumping and then I want to like turn around and immediately throw the sword, it doesn't really work because there's like a brief moment that I have to wait before it actually turns around. So that's something I would change. I mean, naturally, if you're doing this kind of jump thing, you want to be able to like quickly turn around and throw the sword, but it isn't being responsive to your inputs, then that kind of feels unfortunate. Oh my gosh. All right. It really isn't that hard. Just fumbling a bit, and yeah, it's been throwing me off like a lot, the fact that you can't double jump after a wall jump. It just seems very intuitive to be able to do that for whatever reason. So there's been like a lot of times when I've tried to do that and it just doesn't work that way. Like it feels like I should be able to do that, especially because like if I didn't burn the wall jump before I went into I'm sorry, if I didn't burn the double jump before I went into the wall jump, then I can do that here. So it sort of almost makes it inconsistent. Like it's technically, in terms of the internal rules, it's not consistent, but it sort of just has the effect that it is to the player. Because by the time they're here, they don't remember like the fact that I double jump here before I did the wall jump. It's like that's already out of your brain. Like you just don't have that in your brain anymore, whether or not you have another wall jump. So I think it just makes all the sense in the world that like after you do the wall jump, that it should reset your double jump. Kind of. Okay. All right. I do still find that I wish that the saw blades kind of stood out a little more. I mean, in this particular area, they don't blend in that much, but for something that's gonna kill you, I think maybe it makes sense to make them, just the color of them, stand out just a little more. All right. There we go. Alright, sorry for taking so long on that one. Oh, apparently we start here. Okay, what? That's kind of annoying. What? Are those just sparks or something? There's stuff flying off of these, but it's like gray colored. For a moment I was like, are they shooting at me or something? Yeah, that looks pretty weird. I mean, I can understand you want sparks coming off the saw blades, but that doesn't really read as sparks to me because of the color. It's not very spark-like. This is definitely new. Can I stand on this? Okay, so sometimes I can't immediately tell like what things are things that I'm gonna collide with and what things are just in the background. Like these pink boxes aren't that clear to me. Whether or not, you know, they're background items, not a big deal, but particularly like this thing floating here, that does not look like it's in the foreground, especially because like look how bright this ground is, right? This sort of, I mean, if you have to ask, I think it's not a good it's not a good sign. I think you really want it to be really obvious to the player what things are gonna have collision on them, you know. So wow, that's actually really awkward, that part. I gotta wrap my head around that. Right. Yeah, just have to think about it for a moment. Alright, the get ready go is kind of off the screen a little bit there for some reason. Don't know what's up there. Alright, there are a lot of situations where you have these sword things, you don't really need them. I'm not sure, maybe they're technically... They do kind of make you teleport, so maybe they're technically faster in terms of getting the best time. I guess that would make sense. you know, kind of justifies their existence some more. um, that was a little funny. Alright, I remember this. So we have the same effect as before where you kind of drift horizontally while you're throwing this. Oh gosh. Which makes that part really hard to do without taking damage. Yeah, it's like almost impossible. Oh, the camera's a little funny there. I think the camera's... Yeah, this is like, there's actually a point here where it's like... You can see the camera start to move and then it just goes back instantly. It's kind of silly. So yeah, maybe the edges of the collision areas here or whatever are too close together or something. But yeah, I think in general the camera's just been a little bit better behaved than it was before, but still some more work to do. You could see for a moment while I was next to that mailbox, it kind of jerked the camera there a little bit again, so maybe it's another spot that could be polished up in that fashion. Oh, yeah, see, camera's getting a little wacky here, so I think there's just going to be a lot of stuff like that. You're just going to have to hunt down all the different areas that there's funkiness going on. I think... Oh gosh, it's up there pretty high. Yeah, it's a little weird the way that that's made. I guess after you go through the teleport, you get bopped up in the air a bit. Maybe you just have to like maximize your height by jumping at the right time. Yeah, that seems to be the idea. Okay, so that's not entirely intuitive to me. You can see I did that kind of a few times and it just felt like that the thing was just not, like they weren't spaced in a very appropriate way, like the next one was too high or whatever. Yeah, it's because when you pop out of the thing, it happens so fast that unless you're kind of preempting it, like you're thinking about the fact that it's going to pop you up a little bit like that and kind of timing your movement based on that, which is what I did eventually here. You know, I had to kind of stop and think about that to kind of work that out in my brain, because you can't like do it and then kind of stop and react, because by that time you're already falling down again, so it doesn't really work anymore. So I almost wonder if maybe you just might want to make it a little more forgiving in terms of the vertical placement of these. I don't know what else you would do about that. This happened very quickly. I mean, if this was... I think if this wasn't like so focused around the speed aspect of it and the time trials or whatever, I might suggest something like having a brief pause between like when you connect to this and when you get teleported. Like right now it's pretty much instantaneous. Like you sort of hits that and you basically instantaneously appear here, and then you kind of bop up in the air. It would kind of make sense if there was like a brief moment where it's like connect and then I don't know, maybe you zip up to it or something, so that there's just like this tiny little pause right before you pop up, because then it's like it makes it really clear to the player that like the timing of it, when this is going to happen, and then they get used to the idea that they're about to pop up out of this, and then they can kind of react to that. But obviously that would kind of slow down the game a little bit, so I'm not sure if that would be what you want to do. It would feel better in my opinion, because like even like you can kind of do this. I didn't even think about that. That's kind of fun. It was unfortunate though. If you do miss, it's like you just automatically fall because it takes too long for the sword to come back, unfortunately. But what was I gonna say? So yeah, the fact that the camera it's kind of sluggish to catch up to you, kind of makes this a little bit worse. Just a little bit worse because it's like your brain doesn't really have a lot of time to react to what's happening. So yeah, you have to kind of plan that out beforehand. You have to first of all recognize the fact that once you teleport, you're gonna get popped up in the air a little bit. Then you have to look for that fact and plan out the way that that's gonna go beforehand in order to time that right, because you don't really have that. You know, the game doesn't really give you a chance to react to that. Oh shoot. Wow. That was really unexpected. It is a little bit annoying if you happen to miss the sword in midair, just how long it takes to come back to you, because you kind of want to take like a second chance. Like if I do this way up here, then it's like I start to fall and I want to try and grab one of these. Wow, that's really weird when it goes backwards like that though, and suddenly teleports you. I'm trying to double jump again, so that's why I can't so that time I did double jump. So yeah, this part's weird because you can't, after you double jump here, you can't double jump again to get back to stuff. So it seems like it's kind of designed to have a double jump there. Alright, we got a thing up there. Wow. Alright, the camera wasn't very helpful at that part. Sort of strange. It jumps up here, up. And then you can't really see what's below you very well while you're jumping down here. But I guess it's... Oh my gosh. Those are lined up in kind of a nasty way. Yeah, so if you do this the intended way, it's like the camera works fine. Oh gosh, these are really mean. Alright, I don't think I got the chopsticks here, I don't really care that much. Alright, Choppy is kind of hurting my head looking at this. Oh gosh. This thing's a little small actually. And this is interesting, so if you hold the jump button when you hit this, clearly you bounce higher, but if I press the jump button like slightly too early, it doesn't work. Even if I'm... It's actually really weird. I don't know what... Eventually you seem to get your double jump back. I guess every time you hit this you get a double jump, so I don't know. I think maybe I'm double jumping sometimes. I'm trying to land on this. Yeah, I think that's what's happening. Okay, so this is kind of strange. Whoa. Alright. There's some kind of a funny bug here. I think I... How did I make that happen? Oh, I think it's like if you mash the sword button. You hit the sword button again, like right after you do that. Oh my gosh. Alright, I have to actually do this properly. That was too bad. That was weird. Yeah, it's something about if you hit the sword button again, like right after hitting one of those with the sword, it does that. So yeah, this thing is unfortunately a little weird. I don't know what the best thing to do about this is, because I think what it's doing is triggering the double jump if I press jump ever so slightly too soon instead of bouncing on this properly. Maybe you could... I mean, this is kind of a hack, but you could put like a little collision area here. It's like above the actual collider for when you bounce on this. You know, just a few pixels above this or whatever. That like if you press jump while you're in that area, it wouldn't do the double jump. Like it would just kind of disable the double jump or something. Just like only if you're right above this. And that would kind of prevent that from happening. I think that'd be worth doing. Something like that. I'm noticing you can't... this is something I suggested in the last video, but you can't throw the sword backwards while you're sliding down the wall, which would be a nice touch. Still tries to throw it like into the wall, and that would make this part a lot nicer feeling. Wow, I did not think I was going to touch that. Not sure. Oh gosh, I accidentally hit the button. I would definitely move that to a different button on the gamepad. It's possible to hit that accidentally, but yeah, maybe the collision is a little bit too... Yeah, it definitely looks like that those spikes are hitting me even though my the pixels aren't even touching. So that's generally a pretty bad thing. You don't want to have the the pixels not even be touching and then still have a collision there with something that kills you. I actually think it might just be in general, like even with these spiky balls, maybe the collision is just not quite where it should be. Like usually I suggest that people make the collision on things that hurt you even smaller than the sprites themselves. Can't really tell here, but I think it's okay anyways. It's not like a big deal in terms of these things, I don't think, but it's nice to have a little bit more forgiving things like that. Oh gosh. I'm not really taking this too seriously, I'm mostly messing about, but... Oh, that was awkward. Trying to bounce on that thing. I don't know what. You don't have a lot of air control if you're not dashing. Like the dash gives you a lot of control. You can't move horizontally you can't like change directions very much. Oh, that was weird. And yeah, it's possible to get in a situation where you kind of like underneath this. Oh. I almost wonder if you want to like extend the collision a little bit lower there or something. That time I tried to turn around, but I couldn't because I did it too quickly. I didn't wait for the character to turn around for me. This part feels strange, so I feel like if I'm gonna kind of... I mean, this is doable, but it feels like I should be able to like zip over here and then like zip back over here somewhere. Somehow, like using the sword or whatever. But I have to kind of... I guess partially because it's like you don't have a lot of air control. So you can see, like, even if I do the double jump there, I can't just like press in the direction to go in that way. I guess what I need to do is use the dash to get the air control I need, but I don't know, it's maybe not that intuitive. It could just be me right now. I'm kind of sort of tired doing this and being distracted. You know, I'm always a little bit more distracted playtesting than I would be playing casually or whatever, but kind of tired of looking at this because it's so choppy. It's really hard on the eyes. Phew. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling pretty tired. So I should probably wrap this up pretty soon. I'm noticing this this is silly, but like this thing in the background, it's like the same colors as the actual foreground that I can stand on. So I guess this goes back to just in general the idea of making stuff, you know, background stuff kind of fade into the background, and then the stuff that you actually collide with really obvious. I think if you just did sort of I would just look over like all of your assets like systematically and say, okay, is this background, is this foreground, and just like, you know, make adjustments. You can darken this, you can desaturate it, whatever, to make it fade into the background a bit more and make stuff that's foreground stand out more. Just overall, it would help a lot, I think. Yeah, I'm like super tired, so I think I'm just gonna start doing low quality stuff if I keep going. But I think for the most part, I mean, I've already played, you know, some of these levels. I know that there's tweaks and everything, but I think I've probably seen the most of the actual changes that are in here already, and this part's kind of weird. I guess that's okay. So yeah, I'm definitely way too tired, but I think we've covered enough here. I think from the changes that I've noticed that are in here, they all seem like, you know, really good ones. So that's definitely good to see, and I think that there's just, you know, more stuff that could be polished for sure. But hopefully, this is giving you some ideas. So you can definitely see what I was kind of talking about with extending that collision a little bit lower. Here it's like exactly low enough, or too high. My jump is low enough, I guess is what I was trying to say, to actually collide with this properly. So it's kind of silly. You could put that, like, you put it quite a bit lower here, so if you just kind of bump into this, it would just kind of trigger the effect of it. That would make a lot of sense, I think. So yeah, that's fun. It's not terribly difficult. I mean, if I can do it while I'm playtesting and like overtired, then you know, I'm not high on the difficulty meter there, but yeah, I think it would be interesting to see what like a really challenging level looks like with the mechanics you have right now, because, you know, this genre of game is usually known for missing some collision down there. Like this corner is just not there apparently, but also these boxes, like, weren't these, okay, so it's literally in the same level here, literally right next to each other. This doesn't have collision, but this does, or yeah, so very inconsistent in terms of even the same exact assets not having collision when you think they do and that kind of thing. So definitely be nice to have some consistency there. What else was I saying? Oh yeah, so it'd be nice to see what a really hard level looks like with your gameplay, because all the ones I've played were pretty easy. I'm all set. I expect that you want to, make a challenging game, because that's kind of standard for the genre here. So that'd be interesting to see. Like, most of the stuff I've been screwing up in this playtest has just been like me screwing around or me talking, not paying attention that much, or just some weird things like not being able to double jump when I think I can, and like polished details like that. This level looks like it's a little more challenging than the other ones. I don't actually. Oh, I guess I'm supposed to go here. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. Now, I'm not the kind of person that thinks that a game needs to be brutal before I'll tell myself that I enjoy it. Like I don't mind games that are a little comfier to play as long as I'm having fun. Like that's totally cool with me. Oof. But on the other hand, I think one thing that's a little hard about this kind of, I guess, the genre, if levels are going to be relatively easy to complete, you kind of have to make a lot of them to make enough game, to keep a person playing for a while. So I'm finding these saw blade things are more annoying than anything. I kind of almost wish that they would just kill me or something instead of bounce me all over the place. But I also think I should probably take seriously what I mentioned before about maybe making the collision just slightly smaller on these. There are some times where it seems like I did what I was supposed to, but I ended up bumping off these anyways. Oh, looks like I managed to bug that somehow. Not sure how I did that. I couldn't really get it to work again. Somehow I jumped immediately after I started sliding or something. Oh gosh. Oh, it's super annoying how they bounce you. I understand I'm not supposed to touch them, but then they start bouncing me around. It really messes me up. Oh, there's a... Wow, okay. That was very disorienting for a moment there. Yeah, that drift while you're throwing the sword is too bad. But let's see, what was I... Yeah, so there's a little saw blade right here. It didn't really stand out very well, so I just kind of ran into that. And then it bumped me over here, and then somehow I threw the sword into this without realizing it, so I suddenly teleported over here. Kind of unfortunate. I think I'd mix this to make the little targeting visual stand out a lot more too. I would even animate that and everything. It's not super important compared to other stuff, but just little polished details I think would be helpful. So how am I supposed to get that exactly? Apparently that wasn't the way forward. Oh no. See, it's like I definitely had a lot of time. I felt like I should have been able to do another throw there, but the sword just wouldn't come back to me. Oh boy. Oh, come on. Yeah, it's annoying. So it's possible to like hit these corners just slightly, and then it's like, you know, you see the sword go in for a moment, and then you try and wall jump. But I think it's like you fell off like a couple of frames before it happened or whatever. So you could do something like sort of like Coyote Time or Ledge Forgiveness, whatever you want to call it, where you could have a few frames after you come off the wall that it would still allow you to do the wall jump, and it would prevent this kind of thing. Yeah, because it's almost built into the level here. It's just like really likely to happen. So I'm pretty sure I could get over there, but I don't care that much. Now, actually, I just realized that it feels like this is the way forward, but there's nothing here. It just goes down and you die. So that's kind of weird, I guess. Like, okay, so I can go through here. I didn't about this before, but didn't that go backwards? Wait, how did that go down? What the heck? Okay, I think there's a place up and to the left there. Alright, that's annoying. So your horizontal momentum is kind of maintained somewhat when you go through this thing. So like while I'm just kind of dashing through the level here, I kind of like zoom up here, and then I hit that, and then I kind of go to the left and run into these saws. It's kind of unfortunate the way that works, because it's like that's kind of how you're supposed to do it, right? Oh my gosh! Whoa! That was really weird for a moment there. The horizontal movement and inertia. I kind of want to replay, like go rewind the video and watch that again. That was kind of weird. Yeah, there's definitely some funkiness with how that inertia is maintained, and I think, I don't know if you noticed that, but right before I died before there, I just threw the sword downwards. So that was kind of awkward. Kind of a little bug there where you can get that to like throw the sword in the wrong direction. I don't know if it's like pressing it right before you. It's like if I get really close to this something, it will do that. Alright, so, oh, that's annoying. Yeah, that horizontal momentum there is really throwing me off. Yeah, so this part of the level is extremely awkward. It's not clear at all where you're supposed to go or anything. I guess that's how you do it. So it's really easy to get kind of confused and not really sure how to do this part. Like I figured it out, it's okay. But it's definitely a little weird. Which I'm not sure if that's something that you You know, this doesn't seem like the kind of game where it's like figuring out how to get to the exit is supposed to be like a puzzle or whatever. You know, it's supposed to be more of a skill-based, speed-based kind of thing, from what I can tell. So, maybe not ideal, but yeah, I should probably wrap this up. I think I probably made this too long as it is. This is a little weird. But yeah, like I said, I'm pretty tired. I didn't actually sleep very well or anything, so. Makes it harder to do a lot of things like make good playtesting videos, so let's wrap this up, I think. I did more than enough here, so hopefully this was useful for you. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. And yeah, it's shaping up. I'm sure you're gonna get this polished up, and should be good fun. I think just moving around in general is pretty fun, except for, you know, little nitpicks about the jumping and you know, certain different things about the inputs and stuff that kind of hold it back a little bit. But once all that gets worked out, it'll be pretty cool. So yeah. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video.